Yeah, I mean it's a team we have played against so many times in Challenge Cup, in the league, in the preseason as well. So they know us and we know them, so it's no really surprises. They have changed a little bit how they play, at least with the ball in the last couple of games. So we are prepared for that. We will do our best to try to win the game.
From an availability standpoint, can you talk us through how's availability and maybe some of the returning international players that'll be available?
Yeah, I mean there have been a few players away for national teams. They are back, all of them. Some of them maybe more tired than others, but all of them are probably ready to play at least a little bit. Some of them is ready to play from the start, so it's going to be a little bit different. Of the injury play we had, Carson is back full now. Howell still is out, and the same thing with Jordan Baggett.
Kim, you guys obviously are at a point where you need 3 points every game if you want to make the playoffs. Have you seen that mentality kind of resonate with the girls in training this week in terms of what's the kind of focus and intensity that's needed?
Yeah, I think the trainings have been good for 2-3 weeks actually. I think we had a good trainings week before the Houston game. Of course, now when we have been down in numbers, it's a little bit more difficult, but they have worked hard and a good energy today in the training, so we have nothing to complain over. But in the end of the day, it's up to them to do our best when the game starts. We were a little bit disappointed with the Houston game, even if it was maybe not our worst game, and even if we created maybe chances enough to actually win that game, we still think that we have one more level to step up.
Yeah. Is there anything when you go back and watch the film from that game, and obviously you guys have had some time since then, is there anything that jumped out to you where you're like, okay, that's where we need to improve in this game?
Yeah, I mean it's like always. We was the first time in a while we played against their kind of shape, so that was kind of one thing that we didn't really connect as a team in the attack, I would say. But like I said, we also had chances enough to score both like 1, 2, and maybe 3 goals. And when we're looking back at the game and we watching our chances, we felt that they had maybe have 3, 4 chances, but we actually had like 10, 11, 12 maybe or something like that. And it was absolutely a game we could have won.
Carson back at full strength. What does she bring fully healthy back to this team?
I mean, she's a great player. We know that she's the one of the best left outside backs in the league and maybe in the country. So of course it helps a lot with that she's back.
You've had a lot of success against Chicago this year. Is there any advantage to trying to jump out early and getting a lead on them? So maybe they think, oh no, here we go again, or you think it's just a completely different game?
No, what I mean is like one of the questions before here is like there's only like 3 games left in the regular season, so you can't just waste like 45 minutes, something like that. You have to go for it from the first minute, and that will be the game plan tomorrow as well.
And for you guys, Abby and Carson, I think Abby after the game against Houston, Carson something they mentioned, I guess the consistency and that focus and that intensity. Does that take time for younger players to understand? As you know, veterans like Carson, Abby, they've seen that plenty of times.
No, absolutely. I mean, if I take college football, for example, here is only 3 months and they working more or less, and here we working like 6, 9 months or something like that. So that's a big difference, and you need to get used to is both like mentally, but also like physical. I also think as okay, now we're doing our 3rd year in the league racing here, but it's still like maybe that's sometimes different the depth with a new team, I would say, and there have been a few injuries, so that's can affect a little bit. Yeah.
Did that week off? How big was that through, or not a week off for everybody, but an international break in terms of your health as a team? Do you feel like you guys needed that?
Yeah, I think all teams need it now in the end of the season. There are many like players and the staff included that start to get a little bit tired about it. It's so important now to find this the last push here now and really go for it.
John, do you want to go ahead?
Kim,
7 of the last 8 matches, you guys have either scored no goals or 1 goal. But looking at some of the stats, like shots on target against Portland, when you won, you had 9 shots on target. Even the game against Houston, you had 6. But in the 2 Challenge Cup games in between those two, you only had 3 combined. So, what do you think will be some of the things you can do to maybe consistently create more chances and score more goals?
Yeah, we have worked like with the players that have been here. We have worked with the final third a little bit to connect a little bit more. Also to open up for your teammates, to give her a little bit more time with the ball, so maybe she can score instead of shooting outside of the. But so there are pieces we try to do something about, but we also knew if we jumping back like 2-3 weeks ago when we played the Challenge Cup, that was tough when we played 3 games in 1 week. So I want to leave there out maybe like a little bit separate and instead focus on what we did against Houston and what we can do better in this game. So of course you just take the opportunities when they are there, because like you said, we didn't have that much shots on goal, but we had a lot of shots overall. I think we had like 17 or something like that against Houston, and that's enough to score both 1 and 2 goals, like I said. But hopefully we're gonna score a couple of goals in Chicago now.
Anything else?
Yeah, on Jalen's health, she's been out for a while. Is there a chance that she's done the season, or are you guys hoping that she's back at some point?
Right now, the information is that she getting closer. She did a big part of the training today. Okay. So if everything goes right, maybe potential for some minutes in the next game, but it's no reason for me to put pressure when she have been out for a while as well. So we're taking it day by day, and fingers crossed for the best.
And forgive me, but when you said Jordan earlier, do you mean Jordan Baggett out?
Yes,
okay,
yes, Jordan Baggett and Jordan Bloomer the same.
Okay, thanks.